Lightning? Sounds awesome. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, for now, we'll do that. Give me another fire. Although we need to wait for like attack 2 to be able to mix it. Earth Guard, Earth Wall, Petrify, Breath. Chaos 43 hours, approximately 40 hours. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard 40 was like the average. I don't plan to do everything in the game because because the thing is, even if I do like everything in the game, I'll extend the playtime, and if I'm playing the second one like immediately after, I'm really gonna get burnt out on the game. So like, you know, that's especially why I'm not going to focus on everything in the game. That doesn't mean I'm gonna ignore side quests. That just means like I'm gonna play the game. Like, basically go through the main story, and if I want to mess with side quests, I can mess with a few. I want Joshua to have healing, so Estelle's doing most of the attacking crafts. Kind of wish we can give, I wish Joshua had Latier available, like Olivier did. My goal is like, hey, mess with side quests if I feel like it. Maybe I'll like do a few, but I'm definitely not doing all of them. Because I don't want to rush the game, but I also don't want to spend too much time with Trails 1. Because I want to play Trails in the Sky 2. I don't want to spend too much time with the first one. Because I'm going to be playing all 3 of them. And I'll be playing the first 2 back to back. And what that's going to do, it's going to burn me out. Anyway, let's head to... what's it called? And like I said, I have so many other Trails games to play, as is. And games in general to play, as is. Where I don't need to 100% every game I play. Because if I 100% every game I play, then, you know, it just... I'd never get to everything. We'll be playing Sky 2 immediately after Sky 1. Most likely not going to be playing Sky 3 immediately after Sky 2, but even then it won't be a super... It'll definitely be this year. It'll definitely be this year, Sky 3, but it won't be immediately after 2. Which does mean we're probably not going to be seeing the Crossbow games till like 2024. Because I will be taking breaks. I'm not going to be like binging them. I just have too many other games I'm more interested in to, like, play. Well, not even more interested in, just, like, so many other games as is to play. And I can't just focus on Trails, basically. And it's a good point. I know Reverie's coming out in July, so I won't have to wait. I'm not gonna have to, like, wait for release days. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Chrome Pass checkpoint. You could just imagine how long it would take the completionist to finish the game. Yeah, because I know Trails has like a big NPC thing. Like, I know they're heavy on their NPCs, which, you know, is neat, but also, like, for the first game, I'm not going to focus on it. Even when I played Cold Steel 1 and 2, I did not 100% Cold Steel 1 and 2. Cold Steel 1 took me like 60 hours. Cold Steel 2 took me a little more than 60 hours. I didn't 100% those games. I did a good portion of the side quests, and I did enough where I enjoyed the games. Like, they weren't, like, the best games I ever played or anything. Cold Steel 1 especially wasn't. They were fun times, though, and I did enough in the games where I enjoyed them. That's kind of what I'm hoping to do with Sky and Crossbow, and just Trails in general, to be honest. Like, as long as I play the games, I get the main story, and I get the gist of everything else, then I'm fine, you know? Man, it looks like we finally made it. So is that building supposed to be the checkpoint? Seems like it to me. Once we pass through here, we'll be in the Ruan region. But unfortunately, it's almost sundown. Maybe we should ask them to let us stay here for the night. I guess we can do that, but we've also got the option to hurry down through the pass and rest at an inn at the foot of the mountain, right? Crossing through the pass at night would be dangerous. With our field of vision limited, we would be bad on footing. We would be on bad footing. There's also the possibility we could fall off a cliff if we were attacked by the nocturnal monsters. I wouldn't recommend it. You're right, I guess it could be pretty dangerous. Looks like all we can do is explain our situation to the soldiers at the checkpoint. Hit us with another save, actually. The only game I recommend 100%ing is Third, but I'll tell you about that when you get there. I still make no promises. Like, you can, when we get to 3, you can be like, oh, this is why you should 100%. 100%? I make no promises. Like, I can't really promise that until I know what I'm getting into. Well, this is unusual. We don't get many travelers at this hour. Did you get lost hiking along the trail? No, not exactly. We're bracers, just so you know. Estelle showed the soldier her junior bracer emblem. Wow, I'm surprised to see someone your age as a bracer. So, are you here with work then? No, actually, we're traveling around the kingdom to become senior bracers. And so we figured we'd travel on foot to get in some training instead of using an airliner. You're gonna travel around the whole kingdom on foot. Maybe it has to do with being young, but kids are certainly fired up these days. Maybe that's a bit of an overstatement. But I'm gonna have to tell you that trying to head down through the pass now would be suicide. Recently, we've had an untold number of monsters appearing in the area. It's quite peculiar, really. We've got a rest stop for travelers, so it would be best to stay here for the night. Sweet, thanks a bunch. This will really help us out a lot. Don't mention it. Just talk to the chief warrant officer when you're ready to hit the sack. He's in the guard station straight ahead. Since this place is at such a high altitude, it gets cold after dark. I'm gonna rest up, don't mind me. Normal run of FC is 40 hours, while 100% 60-ish. Oh, so like 20 hours extra to 100%. Yeah, that... Because if this game is 40 hours, if I spend like 40 hours with this game, the second one's gonna be at least 40 hours, if not more. That's like almost 100 hours of just 2 games back to back. I will definitely get burnt out. Hence why I do not want to have to spend 60 hours with this game, with just this Sky game. I'm going to be spending like 80 to 100 hours with just, maybe, we'll see. 80 to 100 hours with just Sky 1 and 2 combined, without a break, so that's already too much for me. Huh? What are you kids doing hiking at a time like this? It's pretty cold out there, huh? Bum, 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 bum. What are you kids doing at any time like that? Yeah, honestly, Flying On, go ahead. You can give me an estimate. Same thing as the first game. I don't know how many chapters are in this game. I don't want to know that. I have an average length. I wouldn't mind if you put in chat an average time for the second game. Because again, I confirmed I'm doing it. There's basically nothing that's changing my mind being like, I'm not going to do this. Like, I'm going to play the Sky games. Even if I end Sky 1 thinking like, it wasn't that good. Like, even if I think to myself, it isn't that good, then I'm still going to play Sky 2 and 3. I want to just play all the Trails games because I want to play the Cold Steel 3 and 4 games. So even if I end up, like, thinking meh of the games, I'm still going to play them because, like, I still want to see what's up with the series and everything. So, you know, also Sky 1, like, I'm expecting it to be like Cold Steel 1, where it's heavy build up into the second game, and the second whoops, I clicked out of the game. Where Cold Steel 1 was a fine to like sometimes a good game, but mostly a fine game. So, you know, I'm expecting Sky 1 to not be bad, but like average to fine game, and be build up for the second, where the second one like pays off. That's how it worked with the Cold Steel games, the first two. Huh? And you are... We apologize for intruding at this hour. We were actually wondering. FC took you 40 to 50 hours. SC took me 70 hours. 70 hours just for the main game? Or is that like, did you do extra stuff? Average length for SC is 51 hours. Okay. So it's longer than the first one, basically. But that's fine. I see. Well, that's no problem. I could see from the emblem that you're bracers. So that means I'm spending at least 80 hours, anywhere from 80 to 100 hours between Sky 1 and 2. Like, guaranteed. Whatever number it is. Feel free to use the room next to here. We really appreciate this, sir. It's almost time for me to go on duty. I better hurry up and eat while I can. What's wrong? You're welcome to go in. If you feel like taking a rest, please let the chief know. Oh, I have to talk to the chief. My bad. You're not the chief. What are you kids doing? Yep. Yep, this is the room. I got all the BP and stuff in Sky 2 in SC. By all the BP, I do mean every point. Oh, right. BP was a thing in Cold Steel, I think. I make no promises until I actually play the games on what I do. I can't make a promise of what I'm doing in the game if I haven't even played it yet. I make no promises with this game other than going to all the towers. In Sky 1, the only promise I'm making is we will go to all those towers, like Ambrol Tower, like if there's more of them in every region, I want to do all those towers. That's basically the only commitment I'm making with this game. So this is the room for travelers, huh? Yeah, let's get that fireplace on, shall we? Yeah, okay. Ah, so it's nice and warm, words. But you know, wood stoves just feel so much more cozy than these things. Yeah, I agree. Orban stoves may heat up quickly and they're certainly efficient, but they can't compare with the feel of a real wood burning stove. True, but these ones are much easier to use. Hey, sorry to bother you. I heard from the chief that you'll be staying the night. If you need anything for dinner, we'll be happy to share what we have with you if you'd like. Really? That would be wonderful, thanks. No worries, after the airliners went into service, the number of travelers coming through here drastically decreased. Honestly, with all the free time we've got, we welcome any guests coming through here. Well, in that case, we'll really make sure to eat up. Alright then, give us a little time to... Yeah. And full disclosure here, I think it's Usher's night to cook, so I hope your stomachs aren't delicate. Usher? There's someone named Usher here? There sure was a lot of rivalry going on over the Sky Bandit incident. But there are quite a few nice soldiers once you start to talk to them on a personal level. Yeah, it's true. Although I think Liberal's probably about the only place you're gonna find nice soldiers. Huh? What do you mean by that? Don't take me too seriously. I was just thinking out loud. In the meantime, let's put our bags down somewhere. Sorry, I had to read the message. Oh man, I'm so stuffed. They said not to expect much, but the food was pretty good, don't you think? Yeah, it was certainly not like nothing I've had before. Excuse me for disturbing you. Oh, sir, the meal was delicious, thank you so much. Apparently Sky 3 takes about 40 hours or so and 100%'s 50, so it's closer to the first game. Okay. That means that, like, the whole Sky trilogy is a minimum of, like, 120 hours. It's basically, like, playing all 3 Sky games is equivalent to playing Persona 5 Royal, essentially. Maybe not speed running Persona 5 Royal, but, like, I spent 140 hours when I did my Persona 5 Royal playthrough, so it's a little less than that, basically. Yes, thank you. Really, you must have taste buds of iron, too. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Anyway, we've had another guest arrive, so if it's not too much trouble, could you two share the room? Share a room? Another guest in the middle of the night like this? They must have been serious. They must have had serious guts hiking around in the mountains at this hour. But no, we don't mind. It's not like we're paying to stay here either. I really appreciate that. He's actually in the same line of work as both of you, so I'm sure you'll get along just fine. Huh? Same line of work. I knew I'd seen you somewhere before. Oh, it's this guy again. Agate or Agate, however you say his name. You're the heavy blade, Agate. Yeah, the redhead. Oh, so you know each other, huh? By the way, Agate, Agate, what do you plan to do about dinner? I think Agate is how I said his name before. It rolls off the tongue better. I appreciate the invitation, but I had something before coming up here. All I need is somewhere to crash for the night. Understood. Go ahead and divide up the beds amongst yourselves. Alright, good night. Now, if I remember right, weren't you Cassius's kids? What are you doing sleeping in a place like this? And what happened to Scheherazade? Shara returned to relent. Now it's just the two of us traveling together. We're thinking of making our way around the kingdom in order to become senior bracers. We're gonna go see places we want to protect and train so that we can do just that. Senior bracers? Traveling the entire kingdom on foot? You two are really a bunch of carefree brats, aren't you? What'd you just call us? There's no way the two of you are gonna simply become senior bracers. Use your brains and think about it for a moment. Say what you want, but we helped in the arrest of the Sky Bandits. And we even got some recommendations, so quit treating us like we're a bunch of kids. Oh, that? I heard all about it from an old man named Lugron. Alright, let me put it to you this way. Suppose you have been the only ones here. Do you think you could have solved the incident? Just you two alone, without Shehrazade's help? Well, if the situation called for it, we are JRPG protagonists, so beat that, Agate. I think it would have been very difficult. Pretty obvious when you think about it, huh? Difficult, but not impossible. You two are newbies and little brats, to say the least. Not to mention, you're lacking in strength and experience. You don't have the ability to make quick, sound judgments. If you get all caught up in yourselves and forget that, one of these days you're going to get the rug pulled out from under you. We're not all caught up in ourselves. How about yourself, Mr. Macho Man? What were you thinking trying to hike through the pass at this hour of the night? You're either plain careless or maybe that bandana is just a little too tight. Watch your mouth, brat. I'm trying to hone my skills unlike you amateurs. And besides, I'm here for work. Don't try and compare my actions with your tourist training. Work? For the guild? Yeah, that's right. The work your old man forced on me. Huh? Dad pushed his work onto you? Forget about it. I've got an early day ahead of me, so I need to get some rest. You two quit talking and get some rest too. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad. He just avoided finishing the conversation. Well, he did drop a tidbit about Dad. That's something at least. Enough already, you two. Just shut the hell up and let me sleep. You better stop poking around where you shouldn't be or you're gonna get burned. Instead, why don't you get your beds over... Beds? Beds! I saw the beds, that's why I said beds. Instead, why don't you get your behinds over to Ruan and do some jobs listed on the bulletin board? That's far better suited for the likes of you. Alright, Agate, you have a long way to go to end up being a good character, a likable character. But again, I've played games where characters start off unlikable, so he's got a chance. Hey, looks like he's asleep and just as quickly as someone I know. Don't you dare suggest I'm anything like this jerk. What's his deal anyway? Seems to me like all he's trying to do is pick a fight. Relax, Estelle. It's true, we're still novices like that. It could be that he just said that to us because he was worried about us. You are thinking way too hard. Do you really think so, Joshua? I wish I could say for sure, but I don't know. He definitely did get one thing right. We should just turn in for the night. We still gotta hike down through the pass tomorrow. I'm all riled up now, but I guess there's nothing to be done about it. Unless we doodle on this jerk's face and then go to sleep. If you're 7. Pretty sure he wouldn't wake up with the way he's snoring. Don't even think about it. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm ready to take over for you. Oh, is it that time already? Really makes me wonder if anyone really needs to stand guard with nobody coming through here. Don't you think it'd be better if we just kept the gate locked all night? Unfortunately, rules are rules, and that's our job to follow them. We just got over the Sky Bandit mess, and now things seem to be going downhill. What's the matter? Did you hear something? Sounds like some rustling leaves. You sure it's not just the wind? Is it a wolf? Sounds like a wolf. They are canines. What the? A pack of wolves? Oh, they are wolves. Alright. You gotta be kidding me.